Hey everybody, JThinks here, back with a update video. I know it has been some time, but this channel does mean something to me, and I would love to continue to explain my prolonged absence. That almost sounded bad. To explain my absence, I will flash a picture on the screen. How about that? Bing! There you go. I am officially in the United States military. It was something that I had planned on doing for quite some time. And to give you guys some background into my story, it all started September 2023. I was working at a place in Southern Pines, North Carolina called Wedgies. And Wedgies is an amazing restaurant. If you happen to live in the area, I would suggest going there and buying a whole pinky because that place is phenomenal. Greatest sandwich shop ever to exist, period, point blank. Love that place. It's wonderful. And I worked there for quite some time, for about 3 years. Yeah. Since like 2021 going into 2024. So yeah, I've given that place a lot of time because the people there and the management are amazing, wonderful people. So that being said, in 2023, I was working at Wedgies, and I had a coworker named Willie. And Willie was he was a kid. He had graduated high school 2022, and then from there on, he went into college. And when he went to college, he kind of had a full ride because his parents were rich, and he kind of blew it, like very clearly blew it. And it was kind of a shame because he had everything given to him. I was disappointed more than anything, but I was also like, dude, you had everything and you fucking blew it. Damn. After they pretty much, his parents kind of said like, we're not paying for your college anymore, figure it the fuck out. He joined the military. He joined the US Army. And I was just kind of like, okay, cool. That's the logical next step for him. I had no aspirations or really want or need to join the military. And then a few months later, I heard how much he was making, the job role that he went into, and the amount of money that he was making. And I guess I wouldn't say out of spite, but in that moment, I was like, no fucking way is this kid who blew his shot. I am not going to let him make more money than me. And that was kind of the ultimatum, maybe not the ultimatum, but my beginning reason going into it. And so I was a really big guy at the time. I had weighed 264 pounds, and I'm 6'1". So yeah, I was pretty big guy. And with that being said, I kind of was like, you know what? I think I'm going to join the military. It had kind of dawned on me / occurred to me that maybe this is where I need to go. Because for a while I had just been living paycheck to paycheck, kind of hoping that I would make it or make a bunch of money off of something that I write or something that I do. And in reality, I still do feel that same way. I still have those aspirations and those goals. But at the time, I wasn't getting anything out of it. There really wasn't anything happening. I wasn't making anything shake. And so I was like, you know what? I think I'm going to join the military. So I go to the Air Force. I go to the Air Force office and I say, hey, I'm looking to sign up. And they're like, hey man, you're way too fucking fat. We're not going to take you until you're in regs. So I was like, all right, cool. Guess what? I literally said this. I said, I'll be back in 3 months. Make sure to remember me because I will be back. And they were like, yeah, okay. And then 3 months later, I was in regs. I had to be, I think it was like 204 pounds or something like that for my weight. So I was like 202 pounds, I think, at the time. I had lost all that weight within like 3 months. And I go back there. I'm skinny. I'm fucking ready to go. And I tell them, I'm like, hey, I'm back. They're like, who the fuck are you? And no one remembered me. And that actually pissed me off more than them basically. That pissed me off more than them giving me the runaround and eventually declining me from joining the Air Force. And the reason why I was declined from the Air Force was because I had antidepressants the year prior that they were prescribed to me. And I don't even really necessarily know why, but because of that prescription, even though I didn't get a refill, even though I didn't really want it in the first place, they still declined me for it. So yeah, that was fucking cool. I had wasted, and even in the recording, which is funny because when I started my channel, it was kind of just out of curiosity to see who would watch or who would take notice or just swing by. And then eventually I started picking up traction. I started uploading, I was uploading consistently, and I started getting more subscribers and more views and more subscribers. And there was kind of like a little snowball rolling. And I was kind of scared by that because I had never had that level of success ever with anything I've done. So it was a little daunting at first. And to be fair, it's kind of like, what's the word? I'm kind of getting excited over nothing because I'm a person who has the mentality of this could all be gone tomorrow. You know, this stuff that I have, it could all be gone tomorrow. And there's nothing I can say or do to control it. So with that in mind, I was always just kind of like, why are these people watching me? It was always I have funny stories and I tell a lot of stories. So I was always just kind of like, hey, maybe some people like what I've got, or maybe some people just want something to listen to in the background. And that's what I wanted to provide. More than anything, I just wanted to give people something to listen to while they're doing whatever the hell else that people do in their free time. And so with that, when I started my channel around February, I was getting over this horrible sickness that I had after moving into my new apartment with my fiance at the time, and who's now my wife, by the way. Dab. Anyways, so when I moved in, I had this horrible sickness, and I just kind of, I took time off because I was sick, and I didn't want to infect anyone else at work. And I just kind of told myself, you know what, maybe I'll pick up my channel again. Maybe I'll just start over from scratch. And then I just started uploading. Uploaded a bunch of Project Zomboid stuff, most of which wasn't all that special in my opinion. I feel like my later videos is kind of when I started picking up steam. Like Satisfactory and onwards, in my mind, I think is where the channel really starts. Because I'm still kind of getting my footing, trying to figure out what the format my videos are. And then I feel like I kind of figured it out in Satisfactory, and then even more so in the Minecraft series and the longer form videos like the Dead Rising video and the Rayman video and all that. Let's see what else. Yeah, so around that time, I was at my skinniest. I got in contact with the Air Force, and it started in the March timeframe, and it stopped in the June timeframe, because in May is when they started. Around May is when they started kind of moving me around. I went to MEPS, I did all my info there, and then just for me to get declined in June. So I was really upset about that. And what's funny is I was still working on videos at the time and stuff like that. Oh, and I also got married to my wife in that time. So this channel is also kind of a weird time capsule for myself. So then they declined me, and they told me that I would have better luck in the Navy. So I said, okay, sure. I went to the Navy, and they immediately accepted me. It was kind of strange because I was like, oh, like this is it. Then they told me about their officer candidacy program. So then I tried out for that. I studied for like a week or so, and then I took the test. I failed the test, which was kind of shocking because I was like, man, I never really have to study for any tests. This is kind of crazy. So then I was like, okay, you know, I got this pretty decent score not studying. Let me study my ass off. And I got a 41 the first time, and you need a 50 to get in. So I studied my ass off for a whole month. I was determined. I was like, you know what? Fuck this. I'm going to study my ass off. Studied. But then again, I don't really have good studying habits. I didn't really know how to study at the time. And I go back to take the test, and I got a fucking 40 the second time. Needless to say, I was destroyed. And mind you, you can only take this test every month. So I had wasted basically 2.5 months at that point, and I was going on to my third and final test. When I got there, I was kind of like, I don't know, this is weird that I can only take it 3 times. So I asked them. They told me that this would be the final time that I would ever be able to take it ever. And I was like, actually, just put my ass in the military already. And so I got in contact with another recruiter, and sure enough, now I'm in the United States Navy. With that being said, this is a huge disclaimer to essentially maybe clear myself of all wrongdoings that I might do on this channel in the future. That's a joke, by the way. That is a joke. I don't plan on doing anything wrong. I just want to upload videos. Here's the disclaimer. The views and opinions expressed in this video are my own and do not represent the official policy or position of the U.S. Navy, the Department of War, or the U.S. government. This content was created in my personal capacity and is not affiliated with, endorsed by, or reflective of any official military organization. Yeah, all that to say, I'm trying to stay in regs. I don't want to get in trouble for just uploading videos of me telling stories about some bullshit that I did. So, yeah, that's what happened in my absence. I joined the military. I went to boot camp December 12th, and yeah, it fucking sucked. Kind of a horrible time to go to the military. I missed Christmas. I missed my birthday. I missed my anniversary. I missed my wife's birthday. I missed Valentine's Day. Like, I missed a huge string of holidays to join the military. So now I'm in a much more comfortable position in my life. I feel I am now, and I've also finished my A school and all that too. So now I just feel like now's the time. I've, especially speaking to other people in the military, there seems to be a common theme, which is sort of like you can either focus on your military career or you can focus on getting a life out of your military career. And that's more what I'm focused on. The skill set that I've adopted and learned and essentially made for myself now has kind of allowed me to have plenty more options for my future. And I feel like I've already kind of secured this lovely little, what's the word? I feel like I've just secured this window in my life where now I'm capable of taking care of myself. I'm capable of taking care of my wife. And what started as this sort of like spiteful entry into the military kind of turned into, especially like my first week in basic, God, that was ass. But during my first week, I just kind of realized like I wasn't doing this out of spite because some kid made more money than me. That's what started it. But the more I stayed, the more I was like, man, I'm actually kind of doing this for my family. I want to have a life. I want to be able to provide. I want to be able to do something that is impactful. And for now, I feel like I have been gifted that opportunity, and I'm extremely lucky to be where I am, and I'm extremely lucky to be as determined as I am to sort of overcome these obstacles that I've placed in front of myself. With that being said, I want to say that as far as plans for the future go, I am going to focus on this channel. I really want to dedicate a slice of my life to uploading videos, to creating content that is exciting, fun, easy to listen to, and maybe excite some people here and there. So that is my plans for this channel. As far as like my future and life goes, they're kind of lofty goals, but I'm gonna say them out loud so I can maybe manifest them in some positive way. I want to be a game developer. I know how to code now. I know what I'm capable of, and all it really takes, what I've discovered, especially from going to basic and going through A school, is no matter what, you have more determination than you could possibly know. When your feet are put to the fire, you kind of figure out who you really are. And I would like to say that I know who I am. I know that I am a determined goal setter with the ability to achieve even the hardest things that people might turn away from. Yeah. So with that being said, that's kind of my goal. I want to develop games. I want to hone my artistic talent and use it to, I don't know, create this perfect trifecta. You know, I have this broadcasting ability that I've kind of learned from college, and now with these two others, maybe I can use it to create some kind of unique productions. So yeah, with that being said, plenty of stories to tell in the future. God, do I have a lot of stories. I could just talk about my time at boot camp and that would be like fucking 15 videos or so. I have ideas for videos in the future, new series, stuff like that. Of course, I'm probably just gonna dive right back into Minecraft. Unfortunately, my computer died, so I have a little laptop now, gaming laptop. It's fucking phenomenal. It does the job. It does so much. It is honestly a powerhouse of a laptop. And yeah, with that being said, look forward to the future. I probably won't upload for some time because I am moving soon. So expect some videos either this new year or maybe even in December. Just depends on how I'm feeling. Thank you all for listening to this video. Those of you that are returning subscribers that saw this video and decided to watch it, thank you very much. I will say those of you that are returning subscribers, you guys kind of got in at the ground level. I want to do something special for you guys. So if you are a returning subscriber and you just happen to listen to this video and make it to the end, leave a comment and I'll write your name down for a future project I have in mind. So again, thank you guys very much. Thank you for listening. Thank you for stopping by. And I will see you guys in the next one.